Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Puck and Stuff podcast. We are going to be doing another good old top 10 for you today, a tier list for you. We're doing top 10 wingers by courtesy of the NHL. We'll let you guys give your opinions on how you think of the top. Was it top 20, right?
It was the top 20, as you see right here, the top 20 wingers that the NHL released a couple of weeks ago. They actually just recently released their goalies, actually most recent, so we'll eventually be getting to that eventually. I also do want to mention we did add 2 new jerseys, and T-Dog is wearing his newest jersey. So we keep adding jerseys to this jersey wall. If you guys want any jerseys up on the wall that you think would be cool, please drop it down in the comments. But I think we should just get right into this. All right, we're going to expand like this. And this is our tier list, boys. We're doing it exactly the same way as we did at the centers. We got 10 to 9, 8 to 7, 6 to 4, 3 to 2, and number 1.
All right. Yes. Now, I've kind of switched this around a few times, but my number 10 now, I'm going to put it for the season, for that season, last season, was Brad Marchand.
All right. We're off to a good start. We're both at number 10, Brad Marchand.
Both Marchand. All right. Well, so the reason why I put Marchand is simply because, I just see that the seasons of these other players, I think they were just genuinely better. But Marchand, at being I think 34 years old there, so just, age is creeping up on him a little bit, but he's still absolutely dominant, and the fact that he can still be that pesky little... And what's annoying is, I don't even think what's more annoying, the fact that he can absolutely bug the crap out of you or score a bunch of goals.
Both.
And bug the crap out of you is both, right?
It's both. It's always
both. But
both.
the fact that he can still play his game to a T like that under a pretty damn good contract too. Don't forget about that. That's what makes him to still be in the top 10. And he's been in this for years and years, right? And he still was that. Boston had a bit of a downswing this season, and I think it did affect the entirety of the team in general, and I think that kind of affected Marchand a little bit in the points stats-wise. But he definitely deserves to be in the top 10, I think.
He really, you know what? Brad Marchand has been in this conversation of top 10 wingers for probably the last 10, you could probably maybe push it to 12 years. And he still deserves to be in this top spot. That was the one player I would switch back and forth with Pasternak from 11 to 10, but honestly, I think Brad Marchand is still another big piece with Boston, and he's always been that franchise winger for them. You're just like you said, he's a pesky scoring little bugger that no one likes, but everyone wants on their team. 100%. And yeah, he kind of had that down year with 80 points and 70 games. It's still pretty good for an NHL player, but it's not what we're used to with Brad Marchand, and he's obviously starting to decline, which is sad, but you're starting to see the end of Boston one way or another, and it's really sad to see this player's dropping so much. But number 10, Brad Marchand. Who we got for number 9?
All right, so we have that, and NHL said number 10 was Patrick Kane.
It was number 10, Patrick Kane, eh? All right.
So here we go, number 9. My number 9, now this might get a few disagreements, Mitch Marner.
What? Wait, what?
I'll explain.
Okay,
I'll
I
explain.
want you to go into some analysis.
Now, again, a lot of it really does deal with the season and how I see it. And here, there's one here that I think people are going to be like, why? Why wasn't he at that spot? And I really think it's because I'm impressed by some of these players and how they perform with the circumstance of their team. And I think some really helped their team with success, specifically for this season. I really think they deserve to have a little bit more of that credit because of it. Now, with Mitch Marner, maybe it's because he was overshadowed a lot by Matthews. And maybe that's shame on me because maybe I didn't watch enough Leafs games to see it. But I have nothing against Mitch Marner. I love this player, and the fact that y'all Leafs fans absolutely trash talk him, even when even though the amount of, I don't know how to carry, but the amount of skill that he brings to your team, to the table every night, needs to be always recognized. I just put him there though because I just had a lot of more. I just felt more impressed with some of these other forwards for the season, right? I'm not saying that some of these players are ultimately better than Mitch Marner, because Mitch Marner really is one of the best passers in the league. He really is. I mean, there's a bunch of these really good passers actually on this list, but Mitch Marner is up there. And just because of the way some of the seasons went for these other players, that's why I put him at number 9.
You know what? I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to lie. So my number 9 was Patrick Kane.
Okay.
And my reasoning for it is Patrick Kane in his situation with Chicago, it's not looking great coming into next season. He put up still, with the team it was last year, he put up 92 points in 78 games. But there's still the question of, like, you're still... Technically, Chicago got worse than last year. That even scares me more. So I would have dropped at least Patrick Kane in number 9. Like, that even hurts to say, but I would drop Patrick Kane at number 9 at least. And then I might have to reconsider with Mitch Marner, but what do you think? Do you think you truly feel good about Mitch Marner being at number 9?
I'm going to put Mitch at 9 because ultimately we need some discussion anyways.
Yeah.
And people need to, be able to say, you suck. Be like, okay.
Oh, all right. So,
but that's why I think, again, nothing against him.
I'll do it for you. I'll put Mitch Marner at number 9.
All right. So, and you said your number 9. Who's your number 9 again, sorry?
My number 9 was Patrick Kane.
Yeah. And you gave your explanation already. It's a fair pick. Number 9 was Brad Marchand for the NHL.
Huh.
It makes sense. Number 8 there. Okay. My number 8, I put Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And I'm whatever.
Actually, you know what?
It could have also been because of the overshadowedness. And nothing against Rantanen, but damn, did he have a phenomenal season. He deserves his money.
He really
does. Colorado, man, it's like you just keep listing off players. Even the players that even though they lost a few, and I think they're nerfed a little bit right now by how the team is because of who they had to lose because of cap reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
But still, right? Players like Rantanen just still there's a reason why they could easily repeat, and Rantanen is a main factor in that. He really is. He's just absolutely had a phenomenal season. He just gels so well with that team, right? He's there. He can play with the speed. He can play with the tenacity and the skill and the grittiness that Colorado can bring to the table. How they can do it all, and Rantanen to me is that. And I feel bad for again it's like him and Marner. I do feel bad putting them high on the top 10, but I just think some of these players just had more intriguing seasons.
Fair
and
enough.
That's why.
That's what, actually, Rantanen is actually a valid point because he's my number 8 on this list.
Okay.
And you kind of said it yourself. 92 points in 75 games. You can't hate a player like this. He's he's probably the second man on that three-headed demon that we mentioned already enough on this podcast.
100%.
And you can't complain about a player like him. He's a big power forward, and he gets the job done for that first line because you already have a generational talent like Nathan McKinnon with them, and then Landeskog, who was already on this top 20 list, and well deserved. So 100%. I will agree with you on that. We'll put Rantanen at 8, and
their number 8 was Artemi Panarin.
Okay, so we're kind of going off the rails with the Mitch Marner pick, but you know what? Who's number 7?
All right, and now
you got for 7?
Number 7 was Patrick Kane, and of course, I was changing a lot, but I put him at 7. And when we were discussing about him and how used to it, I really do agree. On such a garbage team, he's still the amount of impact that he had was still there.
Yeah. 100%.
And he really deserves, honestly, to be traded and go to a team that actually can do something and can use his talent for actual good. But it's crazy that Kane I literally just had his points. He had, 96 points this season?
He had 92.
He had 92 points on a team that was absolutely just a dog water bottom 3 team this season. And that's impressive. That really is impressive. The fact too, right? Kane can still do it at his age and in his career, and I really do hope that his talent can be expressed and appreciated somewhere else to a team that because I don't think what him and Taves, for example, have done for that organization. I don't think they deserve to go through a rebuild unless they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's very true.
I hope to see that, but yeah. Same thing, though. I mean, as Kane had a lot of it to me, I put him there because of how impressed I was that he could still do that with such a whatever team. It reminds me of McDavid a little bit.
It really does.
When Edmonton really had even worse seasons. I mean, this season was great, but the other previous seasons, and of course, we're all questioning if the Oilers, what they're going to do. McDavid still put up a crazy amount of points. Yeah, it just reminds you of that. So it's crazy, but good for him.
You know what? You kind of are on the money with this a little bit. I did have Patrick Kane number 9 on this list, but I'm actually okay with putting him at 7 here because you kind of said it yourself. With such a complete destruction of a team that Chicago was becoming, you still have a player like Patrick Kane kind of leading the charge for that team, for the youngsters, and still being able to put up over 90 points with that kind of team is remarkable by himself, because I still believe he is probably one of the best American-born players in the NHL still, which is remarkable to still think of because it's how long he's been in the league.
It's been 12 years since the first cup. So we've been saying that for about 12 to 13 years.
Yep, same with Marchand basically at that point.
That is actually phenomenal, the fact that those two players were still in that kind of like top 20, top 10 category.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely it's really nuts with this kind of player. And also I did some research into this. Patrick Kane or Jonathan Toews have not requested any trades from the organization.
Okay, yeah, I heard that.
All the mock trades are gone now because they're probably not leaving for another year.
And you're like a million. I want Alex Kerfoot gone deals. No, I just laugh because there's just one post that keeps going around, and this one account he had like 4 trade proposals, and 3 of them had Kerfoot going.
Oh my god!
With like a bunch of like sweeteners, and I think like one. This would suck, right? If you'd probably have to lose someone like Willie Nylander to get him, but. Mm-hmm. Poor Kerfoot.
Also, with Edmonton fans thinking they can afford Patrick Kane with the cap space situation they have.
It'd be kind of funny seeing a Kane squared.
Oh, God.
You know why? I mean, I don't want to see it because that means more competition in the Pacific Division, and we do not need that.
We don't need that anymore. It's already tough enough. But, hey, you know what? I will agree with you on this one. Patrick Kane is number 7.
And NHL's number 7 was Johnny Hockey.
I'll agree with it. I had him at 7.
Okay. You had Johnny Hockey at 7?
I had Johnny Hockey at 7. To be honest, 115 with the Flames. He played on probably the best line last season, which we mentioned already with Kachuk. Great player for his size. He's probably like what Patrick Kane was going to become, and he finally hit the 115-point season. I was so proud of him, but then he went up and left, which really hurt.
That hurts.
That one really hurt. That stung. But I had him a little bit lower on this list because of what's coming into next season. He made the drop to Columbus, which obviously isn't a crazy powerhouse offense, not a crazy powerhouse defense or goaltending. So it's a very mediocre team, like we've always said with Columbus. And I think that might affect his points a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, very, very possible. I do still think, though, that a Line duo with Johnny Hockey and his playmaking ability could be absolutely deadly.
Oh, it could.
But then again, Columbus needs a center.
I just don't think it will compete to the same level of what Calgary was with him. And I think he might drop like 10 points, maybe even 20. Like, I think that might be a big difference factor with him being there. But yeah, I think that's still your best player on that team, but I think he takes a drop in points. 100%. And that's why I put him at, I guess, this is number 6, right?
Did you put? I guess we're going into number 6.
Yeah, this is number 6 then. So because I had Patrick Kane at 7.
Oh yeah, yes. Okay.
Sorry, this was number 6.
No, I love that. I actually have Johnny Hockey higher.
Oh.
My number 6 is Artemi Panarin.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the Rangers had a lot of grand, spectacular, impressive seasons. Panarin, Kreider, for example, are the big 2. Now, of course, Igor. And so on and so forth. Well, even Adam Fox. Boo. Mm-hmm. But, alright, all jokes aside, though.
That was funny.
Panarin, it's funny that I'm trying to find words what to say, but, because in my head, I think he does deserve to be at number 6. I think, like, without Panarin, I don't think the Rangers, have that much, don't have that as great offensive ability as they can, right?
No.
Like, it's not. I think if they lost him, they would see a bit of an impact. Mm-hmm. Especially right now. Wait until, of course, Lafreniere gets a stride and he gets 100 points. watch it. 100-point season for Lafreniere.
Yeah,
this
I would be
season
that
probably. Oh boy,
Breakout year.
Rangers, man. If they have a breakout year, Rangers could honestly
They're gonna win it all.
Could run it. They could run it, man. Oh,
they really
man.
could. They really could.
That is something to think about. But yeah, with Panarin, I mean, I just think it's well deserved that he gets he gets the recognition to be in the top 10 winger. He's just so skilled with the puck. He's so fast. Not hair, man. Like, of course, like you got some hair like that. You gotta give him some good recognition there. But I'm really excited to see this Rangers team and Panarin with that. I think Chicago misses Panarin. I think Columbus misses Panarin.
Mm-hmm.
I would miss Panarin if he was on my team previously, because the success I see is just absolutely phenomenal. And yeah.
So are you okay if I put Johnny Hockey at 6?
But you can put it at 6. You're going to be shocked where I put him, but that's completely fine. Put him at 6.
Okay, so because I was going to put him at 6 because my number 5 was
Oh, it was a Panarin? I was going to say our number 6, like NHL's.
Oh, sorry. Say that.
So it is Mikko Rantanen there, but...
Wow, our list is way different than theirs.
It is a little bit, eh? But number 5, you said there was...
Okay, so for number 5, at number 5, I do have Panarin. And this is the reason why. I have Panarin at number 5 because of what the impact he could potentially do for the Rangers next year. This guy... He basically put up 96 points in 75 games, 22 goals with 74 assists, with a plus-minus of 21. Like, just on that year, what you saw that the Rangers did with that deep run is kind of scary. But then you look into what they're becoming next season with their players finally getting the playoff experience and they're starting to grow. The Rangers could be deadly. You could I could see Panarin almost being in like a Gaudreau situation next year and putting up 115. That's why I would say Panarin has that more potential of just because of his team. And that's why I put him at 5 because of what he could do for them and how far they could truly go. So that's why I had him at 5. Who do you got at 5?
My number 5, and part of me wishes I could put him lower, but Kirill Kaprizov.
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You're listed. Oh, okay.
I know.
Okay.
I really,
Okay.
I wish,
Okay.
I don't know, I'll explain why, there's other teams or other players that are higher, but Kaprizov, man, is just absolutely phenomenal to watch. It's like a one-man show. No wonder he wears 97.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It's fair.
They only have one line that can score, that being Kaprizov, Hartman, and Zuccarello. But it's amazing. Like, watching Wild games, like, when I can, playoffs and stuff, like, I can see where the hype is. He's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's just so good, man.
So good.
Like, I'm such a fan. Like, getting that Wild jersey, like, a part of me is like, man, I want to get a Kaprizov jersey. Like, I'm being serious, by the way. Like, that's how exciting he is for me to watch.
That is true.
And, like, Minnesota's always been kind of that backbench team that, makes the playoffs, gets smoked out the first round. Nothing was different this season, unfortunately. I was really rooting for them. But Kaprizov brings a whole different excitement. And, man, Wild fans who are absolutely... Shout out to Wild fans. You guys are...
State of hockey.
You guys are Canadians, man. You guys are so passionate about your hockey and your sports.
They're close enough.
I love it. But, man, you guys get a treat in Kaprizov. He's crazy, man. We're gonna have to go to a Wild game, man. Like Flames Wild, Edmonton Wild, whatever.
That would be even more nuts if we went to Minnesota to watch a game. I would love to travel and watch games.
That'd be sick.
But
love Kaprizov, man. I just think this. Maybe my bias is shown for some of these other ones. Just thinking about it,
a little bit, but because
I love Kaprizov, man.
I can't really talk about Kaprizov because he's lower on my list.
No,
but
that's fair.
So
okay, so my NHL's number 5 then. Sorry for interrupting. It was Jonathan Huberdeau.
Okay, that's interesting.
Jonathan Hockey.
Jonathan Huberdeau. So what I was going to do is, you let me put Gaudreau at 6. I was going to put Panarin at 5.
That's completely fine.
I was going to put Panarin at 5, and then I was going to tell you what my number 4 was.
What's your number 4?
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Oh, can I tell you a big secret too, bro?
What's that?
That might also be my number 4.
Jonathan Huberdeau?
Yes, Jonathan Hockey.
Is that what we're going to start calling him now?
Mr. Jonathan Hockey.
Oh, I kind of like it. It's got a nice tune to it. Johnny Hockey to Jonathan Hockey. I kind of like it. But honestly, what do I have to truly say about this player? This guy was with Florida, was able to put up 115 points in 80 games. He put 85 assists and 30 goals plus 35. in plus minus. Like, absolute crazy player. And then you add him to Calgary, which already has a star-studded defense, star-studded goaltending, and we've basically built a crazy offense this offseason, and I love it. Thank you, Brad Tree Limming. Didn't make me want to shoot myself this offseason.
Not this season.
Not this season. You saved me for one more offseason, but very proud. But basically, wow, what a player that we got from that trade. I'm really excited to see what this guy does. Do I expect 115 next season? No. Would it be great if it did happen? Yes, but I do expect 100 point season, over 100 point season from this player, and I think he could do it, and that's why he's number 4 on this list for me. T-Dog?
I like that.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, same with Huberdeau. I mean, he's just, like, Florida still scares me, but I feel like I was scared a little more with Huberdeau. I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves.
No.
Just like some of these other players. In 115 points, I want to say 115 points quietly, too. I don't think that many people were like, oh, but man, like him and Sasha Barkov on a line. I think Duclair was on that line, too. Or no, it would have been Reinhardt. I can't remember who was the other winger, but this is so flashy, man. Like, it's just, and I'm just watching some more highlights, and I was even watching some actual games just to see what we're getting. Can he pass, man?
Oh my God.
He sees the ice like no
He's
other, man.
Absolute unbelievable.
It's crazy, and he's a lot like a certain player that left too, right? Just the way he is, but he's bigger, so there's some positive there. But
we all know the
flashing
player.
can score,
we all know the player, man.
Yeah, man. I think that's why he well deserves to be number 4 there.
You know what? I'll put him on number 4.
I'm very excited for this season again as well, just to see what he'll do, because if we're gonna get this Florida Panthers Huberdeau, I'm excited.
Johnny Hockey's in your top 3, isn't he?
He is in my top 3.
Oh my, really?
Yes, he is.
Wow, I'm like, the more I think about it, I'm like, wait, Huberdeau was 4. Why you have him in top 3? Okay, so what does the NHL have to say about number 3? I'm really curious what the NHL has to say, and then I'll say mine.
So number 4 was Mitch Marner, and then do you want me to say number 3 right now?
Did you give her? You gave your number 4. We already had it. Yeah, say number 3 because I'll just jump right in that.
Number 3 was Kirill Kaprizov. So now this makes me feel bad for putting him higher. But he deserves to be number 3. Like I said.
Hey, you know who put him not number 3?
You did.
Hey? I did. He has every right to be number 3 right now. At the level that this young kid is playing, he put up 108 points in 81 games, 47 goals, 61 assists with a plus 27 plus minus. And that was, what was it, his sophomore year?
Hold on, I'm pretty sure
if this is his sophomore, if this is his sophomore year in this league, I'm terrified for what this kid could do, because now he's out of Russia, he's back. It's his sophomore. Oh my God, you guys signed him long term.
That
Wild could look scary if they do this right.
Which they deserve it, because the Wild deserve to actually be a contender for once.
You guys deserve this player. Oh my God. So at sophomore year, put up over 100 points. Unbelievable player. He's already looking like a top 3 winger in the league in his sophomore year. You haven't seen that from a winger since probably Patrick Kane, honestly. Most recently, you haven't seen that since Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
I would even probably push it to say after Kane, you haven't seen it since Ovi.
Yeah, very true.
Like,
we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, who we haven't mentioned yet. But this player is absolute insane for a sophomore year, and I can't wait to see him go off next season.
You know what? I'm laughing in my head. I was just thinking about this. The way Kaprizov's career has gone so far is exactly how I think Canucks fans think Andrei Kuzmenko is going to work out, which is very possible. It very possibly could. If it does, oh boy.
Oh boy.
The Pacific gets even more interesting, but
it really does.
It's about these Russians, man. Like that Russian gas, bro. Okay, it's funny you say it. Hold on. That would mean your top 3 is all Russians, eh?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep, my top 3 is all Russians.
That's crazy.
Because, I'm not going to lie, Russia makes some incredible wingers, man.
They make absolute... it's a snipe show, man.
Yeah.
Absolute snipe show.
So, are you okay if I put Kaprizov at 3?
A-okay with that.
A-okay.
Oh,
because now we move on to number 2 and number 1.
Well, let me explain to you why I put Johnny Hockey at number 3. I honestly really think just because... And again, bias could be shown. I did see him live a lot and just see how he played, but... Just like how Huberto, I said, how he sees the ice and stuff. Johnny Hockey was just another level this season. He really was another level.
Yeah.
And a lot of it could have, like I said, it could have been because his line mates helped out with that. Not one or the other couldn't have had to help each other to get to where they were. But that's why I really do think Gaudreau's not going to have that big of a problem in Columbus, because I think he just has that skill that he's going to be able to take it over and be able to help and assist other players and make them look better. I really do. I honestly think he can make Laine like regain some of his, a little bit of his excitement. You know, I really do think that's possible.
That. I kind of like that take.
But just remember too, to me, and you know, as a short king myself, right? That was embarrassing to say, but you know, Johnny Hockey being the size that he is in a league that is all about heavy hits, not as much anymore, but you know, it's fast paced. But the fact that what he can do, right? Like, you gotta be a certain type of skillful to be able to, like, you know, be push off the puck and slash all the time and still be able to, you know, maneuver through people and stuff like that. And it's crazy that he got that many points still. I still can't believe this season that this freaking, like, player, that line had that season. Like, that was a treat to watch.
It is nuts, actually, if you think about it.
But, like, him, and especially on the power play, like, offensively, he's just so good. And honestly, Sutter got him playing good defensive hockey. I really do think so. I can see that if Columbus can somehow get that going, man, you're getting the full Gaudreau. Oh boy, man, Columbus is gonna have a lot of fun with him.
They really are.
I'm gonna really miss watching Johnny Hockey play, because he really was flashy. And
great player, man. Great player.
Man, just the way he was this season, I think he did deserve it. And also, he had 14 points in 12 playoff games, so can't really say that he didn't show up this season in the playoffs.
No, I can't hate on him for this one. I can't.
But I think for this season, he deserves to be number 3.
Enjoy Columbus, my friend. We'll see you soon. We should go to that game.
We should go to that game. It's funny, I've already looked at tickets.
Oh my god. If you get tickets for that, we'll make a blog on that. We will hear the chants, dude. Oh my god, I can't wait. But anyways, now we go down to 2. So, you know what I think we should do in this situation? I think you should go to NHL, say what number 2 and number 1 was, and then we'll release what number 1 to us is.
So, number 2 for them was Nikita Kucherov.
Okay.
And number 1 was Alex Ovechkin.
Okay. So, the NHL, I think, did it right in this situation, because my number 1 was Alex Ovechkin, and number 2 was Kucherov.
All right. So now do I go?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you have something different.
Well,
you have something different.
No, I was the same.
Okay, go
I was the same. No, I was. Alex Ovechkin number 1, and Kucherov number 2.
Okay.
Do you care to explain first?
You know what? I'll go right into it if you want. So I'll start off with number 2. We'll start off with number 2, and then we'll go into number 1. Kucherov, he well deserved to be known as one of the top wingers in this league, especially what he's done for the last 4 years with the Lightning. He's got some Stanley Cup rings for a reason, and if Ovi wasn't in the league still, you could possibly say he's the best winger in the league, but he beats him by that much. Man. Unbelievable scorer. Unbelievable talent on this player, man. What a steal for Tampa when they took him.
Oh, yeah.
But just, he did some dirty dangles before. It's absolute nuts. But I really don't know what to say about this player right now, because just how unbelievably good this guy is with this team. It's unbelievable. I loved him also during when he won the Stanley Cup. Was just shirtless. Funniest guy on interviews, man.
The days of Ovi Cup and Kucherov Cup, those are pretty funny.
Those were elite. Those were the elite days, man.
Yeah. So Kucherov, number 2 as well. Yeah, I don't think Tampa really is. They have enough talent that I don't think. Can they get there without Kucherov? You know, I ask myself that. I find it hard to think. You know, I think it's the same if I said if Hedman wasn't there too. You know what I mean? Like, the role that they play, they just gel the team together, and Kucherov is just so damn good. As a forward, he can do it all. He really can. He can score, piss you off, big body. He's got the speed. He's got the hands. He's got everything. And Kucherov, man, I mean, if I'm correct, he was injured a little bit this season for a hot minute, right?
Yes, because he only played 47 games. He put up 69 points this season.
And I mean, still, that's just damn good points for only playing half the season too, right? Kucherov ultimately is just he's your typical Russian hockey player, man. He can do it all.
You know what?
He's just good. He's just too good.
He's too good right now. But you know what? That kind of makes sense why Stamkos kind of went off on the over 100 points because he wasn't there with Kucherov. Kucherov would probably have about the same amount of points if he played with. Oh my God! If him and Stamkos played a whole full season,
Tampa is still crazy.
Oh my God!
Tampa's still crazy, and I could honestly see Tampa making a couple appearances again.
They really could. They really could. That's the scary part.
Like, we honestly could see New York and Tampa Bay conference finals for the next half a decade. It's possible, man.
It really is.
Like, New York, man, you talk about New York and how they're really at that point where they could, especially if there's a player like Lafreniere, like, pops off. Now, what say, almost as Vegas, oh boy. Let's say Lightning sustains the success they have, and let's say, some of their other players that they've gotten for depth pieces. Let's say, like, Nick Paul, right, blows up even more. Let's say, like, Brendan Hagel, right? Did Hagel leave? I can't remember if he did, but
Brendan Hagel?
I'm gonna have to remember this now, but
I totally see where you're coming from because like how New York has been growing as a team and now they're like a deep contender 100%, and then you have Tampa that has been basically running the conference for like you could probably say the last 4 years, and these two colliding in a conference finals is what I want to see every year. I would not complain if I have to watch these two collide and just fight back and forth to see who goes to a finals.
No, for sure. It's such entertaining hockey.
Oh, it's great.
And yeah, Kucherov's a part of that entertainment, and he deserves to be number 2.
You know what? I think we should move away from Kucherov at number 2, and then we should talk about the Great 8, Alex Ovechkin at number 1. We talked about him a few times on this podcast, and
I can't.
He's still one of the best wingers in the league, and he's been doing it for so long.
I cannot wait for him to pass Gretzky's goal record.
He will. He 100% will.
Like, that's going to be something to celebrate, man. I really hope. Can he do it in Calgary?
I wish.
I hope he does it in Calgary so you can watch it.
I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about him scoring on our team, but if it is the Gretzky breaking goal, that would be amazing.
I wouldn't care if it's the Gretzky record goal, 100%.
Be like, damn it, Flames got scored on. Oh, we broke the record. Yeah, we'd be cheering on Ovi in the stands.
They play the Caps goal horn just to pay homage for him,
I would be kind of mad, but I wouldn't complain.
Play with the siren. I miss the siren.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
So yeah, ultimately, Ovechkin, 36, still scoring at will, 90 points.
50 goals.
Just so crazy. He's going to be able, he can do it without Backstrom. It sucks. I really hope that Backstrom can come back. And, if him having to complete the rest of his journey without Backstrom is going to suck if that happens. It looks like it'll happen, but Ovechkin is special for a reason. Right? We all know where he scores his goals, from the point. The fact that he can score there a million times and goalies still can't be able to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Best one-timer in the league.
Best 1T. The way he has the puck zipping through, like it's like a knuckler. It's weird.
Knuckle puck.
It's like a knuckler, but that goes like 100 miles an hour.
Oh, it's nuts.
It's I don't know. This is why I think goalies are crazy, man. I don't know how you can play that position, right?
I think you completely just said it. It's still dominating the wingers on this list and in this league for 15 years now. I think it's actually more. I'm not going to do my math right now, but whatever. Anyways, this guy deserves to be a Hall of Famer. He finally got his ring in 2018. We loved seeing Summer of Ovi. It was so great to watch him finally win. I love to see it. And this man deserves one more. He really does.
No, he does. He 100%.
Does. And hey guys, that is our top 10 wingers list from this year. And I hope you guys did enjoy this list. If you think we're completely right or completely wrong, please drop it down in the comments down below. And I think they'll end another episode of Top 10 for today. The next episode we will be doing is defensemen. I really hope you guys enjoy that one as well. All right. If you guys did enjoy this, please like us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. That would be much appreciated. And hey, boys, we'll see you in the flip side, boys. And have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.